Welcome, my name is Richard Kruijmans, representing the Deep Agri Optibov project, genetic characterization of cattle populations for optimized performance in African ecosystems. What is the Optibov project? What do we want to do? We want to characterize local adapted cattle breeds. We want to identify genetic variation related to adaptation and traits by using molecular tools and analysis. We want to use genetic variation to improve breeding and preserve adaptability in terms of production, longevity, disease resistance and diversity. There are several partners involved from north to south of the globe. We have Finland, the Netherlands, Portugal, Egypt, Uganda and South Africa. And these are the local PIs in each of these countries. Why the Optibov project? We want to maintain traditional cattle breeds. We want to capture genetic and genomic variation. We want to use the strengths of the breed, of each of these breeds in terms of adaptation. And we also want to use these breeds to find selected traits related to adaptation. And we want to use known variation in commercial populations to improve production in the traditional breeds by using, for example, marker-assisted selection. Further on, we want to train, educate and involve people to perform optimal breeding. It's a long-term investment. And we want to use workshops, apps and websites to get it done. What's the data structure and informative layers? So we have 6 countries involved. We have in total 25 breeds, and those 25 breeds, and we also have a commercial breed, and the commercial breed is represented in each of these countries. We have, from each of the breeds, we have multiple farms sampled, and we have multiple animals, and where we collected blood samples for DNA and RNA analysis. We have fecal samples where we can look at the microbiome. We have milk samples where we can do in-depth fat, protein, but also mineral content in the milk samples. And we also have nose swabs to investigate airway contamination. What is the main research and innovation outcomes? So what do we want? We want to improve milk and meat production, but also improve animal health. And by that we want to make a combination of all different aspects, not a one-to-one, but a multi approach, where we want to do a meta-analysis on the host, where we have the whole genome sequence of all the individuals, in total 500 animals. We know for every animal the environment, where we can know the infectious and non-infectious stressors. We know the diet of these animals, we know the metabolic status, so the energy status of the animals, and we have the immune system, not only from the host itself, but also from the bacteria which are in the animal. All the information, so the real material is stored in the Optibov biobank, and all the data coming out of that is stored in a digital biobank to connect in different analysis all these different aspects to each of the animals. We performed workshops with farmers, but also high school students, but also to university students. We have created some courses where we did bioinformatics and where we teach and learn new students to work with large data sets and how to analyze that. We also have an Optibov app where we can communicate with the farmers, but also that we can ask the farmers to upload information about the animals which are involved in the project itself. This app is on Android and also on iOS system. And we created a website where we have information on the project itself. What are the stakeholders? The stakeholders are, of course, the farmers in each of the countries. We have the FAO for maintaining biodiversity. We have government and government departments of agriculture, science and technology. And of course, we also have the breed associations. And here's a compilation of a few of them to show that there are many breed associations are involved. With that, I would like to thank you, and we have the Optibov members, the breed associations, the funding, the Deep Agri, and local funding agencies which are in the 6 countries are involved here. Thank you for listening.